What's up, brothers? Good to see you guys in the chat. Stay tuned for a couple minutes. We'll get started here soon. Yo, how's it going, guys? How you doing? Oh man, I'm a floating head today. Oh shit, I forgot this shirt is green. Man, I'm wearing this Bart Simpson shirt, and look, dude, I'm a floating head today. So yeah, we're gonna make the best of this. How you guys doing? Good to see you guys in the chat. It's a cruel summer indeed. Goldeneye, good to see you, man. AZTV, Zach Frey, Big Mike, Clay the Great, Isaac Walters, BG, good to see you guys in. So the title of the stream is June is Crappy, only because, you know, Bitcoin is under its June anchor, right? So not because June's actually a crappy month for us. We've got some really cool things in the works for NickCipher. Jake Paul is set to fight Mike Perry. The whole Mike Tyson thing was postponed until November, and Mike Perry's team was able to pull this shit off, man. So this is huge. I wonder how Mike is going to move up in weight. He's gonna have to put on some weight to match the juice that Paul's been on. But you know, the Paul brothers, they were in crypto last cycle. Do you guys remember? You guys remember that, like, they had that crypto zoo shit, and they got people into a bunch of like crapper NFTs at like the top of the market, and then the market tanked, and a lot of people called them scammers. I don't really call them scammers. I don't think that they crypto scammed, but you know, they definitely let down a lot of people, and they were a lesson in celebrities getting into crypto. They were a part of the whole, you know, if these types of people get into crypto, it's a top signal lesson that we all learned. So Mike Perry is coming for these motherfuckers, these Paul brothers, and he's gonna avenge the crypto world on our behalf. And yes, I am a floating head. Damn it, even my drink is green today, dude. Everything is see-through, man. I'm like Obama. I'm like, let me be clear. He's always like, let me be clear. I literally am clear right now. Gazgano, good to see you, bro. BG says Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yeah, dude. Yeah, we haven't forgotten the NFTs. We have not forgotten, man. So we have to super mega root for man, for our boy. I'm gonna be making him a special logo. I think we're gonna do a purple logo with the MC on it. It's gonna be awesome. Also, we got the Peasy Platinum Mike Perry shirts right here that you could scoop one up on our merch store. Indicators, not 35% off, but if you use code Titanic, you get 15% off the indicators, get the tutorials and all that stuff. I also have a Twitter account that I'm trying to grow, so make sure you follow at FloppingGroper on Twitter and at NickCipher on Instagram. You can follow my push-up challenge. I've been getting people to do push-ups and stuff. So as for Bitcoin, man, we just had a big short off the June anchor here. So if we slap an anchor on the start of May, on May 1st, we had a perfect dump from the June anchor to that May anchor. A really nice clean play. And what's crazy is that, you know, in my VIP, I was saying that this is a really likely, and actually yesterday on stream, I was saying that this is a bounce point, right, guys? I was like, the name of the stream yesterday was, can we bounce here? And in the stream, I said, yes. And we did. We bounced back up to that June anchor. But in my VIP, I made sure to let everyone know that even though this was a very forceful candle, it's likely a short opportunity just because the June anchor is overhead. The June anchor continues to be resistance, and we're gonna have to get over that June anchor before we really flip bullish, despite being over a lot of really important VWAPs. Now let me go to my big VWAP chart here where it has all the different VWAPs. And you can see Bitcoin is hovering over a web of very important volume weighted average prices. We've got the Q2, the Q2 on April 1st, the all-time high for the year, the all-time low for the year to date, all these important lines, the May anchor, all these lines, Bitcoin is still over. And so you would expect Bitcoin to be in a up, sideways up. These anchors are kind of flat, right? So it's like sideways and up is kind of the overall vibe of the market when the VWAPs are in this position. But when you zoom in kind of more on like next couple days, like medium term kind of standpoint, right? Like we are still under the June anchor. So things are bearish, and sometimes we see a monthly anchor really taking the price and running with it. Like when we got April, right? We really like April picked a side, man. When we slipped below that April anchor, that pretty much was the sign of like extended dumpage, right? Same with May. Once we got May picked a side pretty quick, and that was indication of extended pump action for the rest of the month. And so here we see June picking a side. Me and my floating head here. Look, I'm floating around here. Is my neck really that? Is my head really leaned forward that much, bro? I feel like a pencil neck right now, man. Can you guys hear me okay? I don't see anyone typing in the chat. Someone say something in the chat so I know you guys are live. But yeah, man, so right now what I'm seeing is that the price action has fallen under June. And just last couple months, when we pick a side, we tend to stick with it. So I'm kind of actually, you know, my confidence is pretty low at this point. I just made like 3 really good TA calls in a row. I called a short from the June anchor to the May anchor. I called a long yesterday from the May anchor back to the June anchor. And in my VIP in the last 24 hours, I said this was likely a short. And so now at this point, we are sandwiched, man. This is, I mean, maybe we're sideways now. Maybe we range in here and this is a simple consolidation point and things get a little boring. Now we had the Fed decision, and it was kind of a boring Fed decision. It's kind of just kicking the can down the road and just more of the same, and it's a sleepy summer and all these things. So, you know, it's like it is possible actually that June is more of a sideways month, and it's not as volatile as the last 2 months were, April and May. Not quite sure, guys. I'm not quite sure. My confidence is kind of medium right now, but I appreciate you guys coming in and listening to my little update, listening to my take. Maybe there's some other signs that we could go over on some other charts here. So Bitcoin dominance on the daily. What are we seeing on the daily? I see on the daily that we got a red dot and the yellow oscillator crossing down. You guys see that? Let me make this a little bigger. So dominance on the daily, looking a little red dotty, looking a little bearish there. Despite the weekly seeming to be saved, a little kind of mixed signals on the dominance, man. I don't really like this, man. It's not super clean, cut and dry. But the daily seems to be directionally aiming down, you know, for the time being. Maybe it's a part of a larger wave, like back here or over here. For the time being, though, directionally it's down. What about the dollar index here? Let's see. Interesting. Okay, so the Dixie had a little bit of a dump back down. That's interesting. So I was thinking maybe this was a fake out to the downside and then we continue up. And I was worried about like the dollar surging and crypto's taking it really bad, but we did get a dump back down below that trend line. So this trend line is getting horribly violated, man. Gonna have to keep watching this, but I guess that was a good sign for cryptos in the short term, but we seem to be getting some candle strength back again. So Dixie's kind of just swiveling around this trend line here. I'm gonna have to keep watching this for the rest of the week, man. I mean, this is a really powerful deciding point for the Dixie. Like, is it going to just like crash down, or is it going to pump up, man? I'm not really sure, bro. Isaac Walter says, shout out to the push-ups, man. The discipline is excellent. 100 to 100 going to get you mentally fit. Yes, sir, man. I think that tying physical fitness into duty, into responsibility, like a firefighter or a military man or a police officer, all these types of men or women, they have their discipline in check because like it's a sense of duty. And that's the kind of thing that I've been able to emulate in my own way, like my duty to you guys, to Bitcoin, to the trading world. It's a vehicle for me to always, it's like a promise to myself to wake up every day. What's the price of Bitcoin? What did Bitcoin close at today? And did I get my work done? And so, I was going to the gym and had pretty solid discipline for a really long time, since like pretty much the start of 2023. But the challenge is just a way for me to kind of hit a bunch of birds with one stone and show you guys what I'm really made of. And I've been able to inspire a couple other people to do it with me, man. This challenge has been really cool. I got people coming out of the woodwork saying that I inspired them and shit. Like I got like this story. I put these there's these things called highlights on Instagram, and like I'm reblogging people all the time. Like, see, this guy just joined me, Anthony. This guy's been doing them for, look, this guy's on day 1600, bro. This guy Chase Hughes, if you're in the chat, bro, say something. But this guy is a freaking monster. Day 1600 of doing this shit, my God. So I look at him and I'm like, man, I've only just gotten started. And there's been there's mostly these two guys right now, but let's see here. There were some more recent ones. Oh, this guy. He came out and he started saying like, thank you, NickCipher. Shout out to NickCipher. Like, I'm getting active again, changing my life. So he's hitting the bag again. There's this guy, Sean Nolan. This guy who had heart surgery, and like he's come out publicly and said like NickCipher inspired him to do press ups every day and like get active and stuff. So man, this is it's just like more reason for me to keep going, bro. Like, it's cool that there's people out there that see what I'm doing and they're like, damn, bro, like I'm gonna get my shit in check too. So that makes me feel good, man. That makes me feel good that what I'm doing is positive. But yeah, man. So let's check Ethereum real quick. Quick update on Ethereum. Ethereum looking pretty bad on the weekly here. Red dot aiming down. What happened to the Bitcoin red dot? We still got that red dot on Bitcoin on the weekly too. So both Bitcoin and ETH weekly charts not looking hot, man. Under the 60 line, lost runaway train status. Kind of backing up our claim that June could be a salty kind of month, right? Howie Felter says, what's up, FG? If there's time, can you check out Doge? Yeah, man. Let me go over a couple other charts here. Look at Solana here. The weekly on Solana is looking like shit too. But yeah, we can go into some meme coins. We'll jump right into it, man. We'll jump right into some chart recommendations, and we'll cover what we got to do real quick. Doge, falling off on the weekly here. Let's check the daily. Dumping from that May anchor. Damn, okay, so we dumped from the May anchor on June. So what's the bottom that we hit here? Let's see here. I gotta change this color. Oh, okay, so we came and we tested the anchor from this low here, all the way down here. So, that is a pretty powerful level of support for Doge. The only thing in Doge's path holding it down is the May and June anchors. And so if Doge can come over 15 cents, get up to 16 cents again, it does flip rather bullish. But in the meantime, we are in the gulag on Doge, potentially wanting to test down into these deeper support levels from like earlier on in Doge's market. Like just the people that were buying the dip down here, you know, they're the ones kind of holding the market up right now on Doge. So Doge really needs to come over 15.4 cents, 15 cents for me to really see it as like a momentum play right now. Let's take a look at Pepe, our favorite meme coin here. So the weekly, absolutely looking dastardly, not looking good at all. Now the daily was looking pretty bullish, but then we slammed into the June anchor, and now we're getting red candles. And so, you know, it's dangerous to just be kind of longing Pepe right now when it's under a descending June anchor. June could really be a bad month for crypto. I'm still kind of in that mode. Until we start trending over June, I'm going to continue to be bearish in June and just kind of go with the flow, right? You don't want to like pretend like you know what's going to happen. You just want to see what is happening. The data is coming out. And right now, the June anchor is some pretty stiff resistance for cryptos. Crypto Coons, good to have you in, man. He says, much love. Hope you're all having an amazing day. Remember to repost the stream on X. Thank you, man. Thanks for the shout out. Yes, sir. AZTV says the Dixie is strong. Yeah, man, the Dixie has been, man, not only strong, but also unpredictable, which is a kind of worst case scenario for crypto, right? It's like the Dixie could have pumps, but we're not really sure. It's not clear, cut and dry, so it's hard to discern. It's kind of a worst case scenario for me. But yeah, it's like you see the yellow oscillator on the weekly coming up on the Dixie, RSI's picking up. It is possible that the Dixie picks up. Look at this like monthly little nodule trigger wave here. It doesn't look that powerful on like the monthly scale, whereas the weekly does look like something's kind of starting to happen. But yeah, it's kind of in like a no man's land for me, bro. It's like a little hard for me to read, not going to lie. So Bonk was like doing well yesterday, and then it like other cryptos bumped its head on that June anchor, and now it's having some issues. So right now it's in a no man's land. It's in a range, and it's also in the middle of that range, so it's kind of like a no trade zone for Bonk. If it came down to our support up here, that would be nice and started showing some candle strength. Or if it just superseded 3 cents and just flipped bullish again and was starting to have a bullish June, you know, you'd be bullish on Bonk. But it has like the most crappy weekly chart in like all of crypto. I've never seen a bear div this clean and this precise, you know? Like it just makes me think that it's gonna dump 60%, right? Like it's just a terrible chart. Or an amazing chart if you're willing to short, you know what I mean? Like I think some big meme coin shorts could be the life-changing plays that you guys have been like looking for. Like just be mindful that these moves are huge in meme coins, and like to short a meme coin is a little dangerous from the historical data. The meme coins have been pretty pumpy, but at the same time, volatility is what you should be going after as a trader, right? And so you should be able to manage it, manage your risk, and take advantage of these established markets that follow the VWAPs. They follow the rules, but instead of Bitcoin where it pumps 1 to 5%, the meme coins are pumping tens of percents. Like it's like massive volatility. All right, let's look at Ando. Little chat recommendation. Ando on the daily, getting a little green dot here. What about the weekly? Not much data on the weekly. Slap a May anchor. Wow, okay, so Ando has yet to come down to its May anchor. That's a reckoning that his, ooh, okay, this is telling a story, bro, on Ando. You know, Ando, you may think that Ando has withstood the brunt of everything that's happened. But look at this reckoning that's yet to unfold. I believe there's actually a short on Ando down back to that May anchor. I think Ando needs to come down 20%, dude. Unless it can come over, this is a good recommendation, bro, because it's kind of hard to find a crypto that hasn't already come down and tested the previous month's anchor. And so Ondo's kind of lagging behind. You see a like a spike wave or like a trigger wave here to the downside. And yeah, it even faked out to the upside to kind of bait you back into a long, like a swing long on that. And then it slammed back down under. And so Ando is looking pretty good for a major short down to like $1.06, bro. It looks pretty heavy, right? And when you see these VWAPs here, you know, look at all the area under here. You know, think about that area here, and we want to close that, right? You want to like just come down and just relieve that pressure on that May anchor, the previous month's anchor. That would be really good for this chart, right? It would make it look a lot better. So that being said, if the price were to climb back over this June anchor, like a $1.33, it could flip like super bullish momentum play, like swing long momentum play kind of thing. But if I was a betting man, I would say that Ando stays under its June anchor and it just simply corrects down to the May anchor, and I'm not going to overthink it, man. Chase Hughes, good to have you in, man. I was just shouting you out, bro. Look, this is you on my Instagram, man. Man, day 1600, bro. You're a freaking animal. But Chase Hughes wants me to look at Rose. I'll look at Rose for you. Let's see. Oh, we looked at this before, man. We looked at this before. Let me take a fresh look. Get on the daily here. So Rose has, you know, I would say that it would be nice if Rose did come down and tap that May anchor, but also Rose did a pretty good job of like kind of going down there and skirting above it already throughout the course of May. Let me kind of go in deeper here. Let me dig a little deeper. There's a potential for a bear div here, not gonna lie. So like the price has come up, right? And if the blue waves do end up turning down on you and you get this little like bear div here, that would be a sign that we do need to come back down to that May anchor at around 10 cents. But like I said, like this chart doesn't leave much area underneath the price action between that May anchor. The May anchor may be satisfied. On your weekly on Rose, it looks quite nice. It looks like a rather fresh bullish wave, like a anchor trigger kind of setup here that hasn't quite finished yet. Yeah, so Chase Hughes is asking, even with the momentum wave above the 60 line, it is good that the daily's momentum waves are above the 60 line. That is good. That is bullish. You're correct. There's just, it's not the only div I'm seeing. There's a yellow oscillator div as well. See the yellow oscillators aiming down slowly. So it's a little bit top heavy at this moment. RSIs have yet to congeal and agree with each other. But I do like the weekly, man. The weekly looks, I mean, look at the 2 week and the weekly. This suggests that there's like a big move coming for Rose. I don't know much about the project, man, not gonna lie. But you know, the money flow is picking up substantially here on the 5-day. It's you know, the fact that that May anchor has been satisfied already is, and it's also over the June anchor, huh? So Rose is actually in a bullish, it is in a bullish stance. It's over its June anchor. It's already pretty much tested its May anchor. So it doesn't have much correction that it really needs to do. There's just a little bit of worrying signs on the daily, but it looks like the weekly is looking good for you, bro. Vestige says Rose is an AI thing backed by Meta. So yeah, it sounds like a good project. Your weekly chart's picking up. It looks different than most cryptos. It's like tested its May anchor already in a healthy fashion. Has a solid weekly chart, unlike most cryptos. Most cryptos look like absolute ass. This is at least you're over its June anchor, and so the title of this stream doesn't apply to coins like Rose, where we are over the June anchor. Whereas if you look at like Pepe, you know, we're struggling to come over June's anchor. Or if you look at Bitcoin, we just dumped really hard off the blue June anchor up there. So, you know, any coin that's over the monthly anchor is probably looking really good right now. So yeah, man, not the worst chart. If anything, it looks okay. It looks healthy right now. Chase you says, got it. So what you're saying is go all in. Nah, man, I wouldn't go all in on a shit coin, man. No way. Don't get too attached to these shit coins, bro. Maybe you could trade it. Just trade it. Yes, sir. Any other chart recommendations from you guys here? Let's see our top performers here. Injective, NotCoin, Toncoin, Oasis, Surrender. Gotta take a look at Injective. Injective over the June anchor, man. We love to see it. Making up some lost ground. You know, we do have this anchor on Injective. Injective had a rough period, man. We created this like this high up here, and we really got to come over this sentiment. So I'll slap an anchor on that and go into these smaller time frames. And Injective is over its June anchor, which is real nice. We love to see this nice rising trending action on the June anchor. Seems to be trying to overcome that all-time high anchor too. And so Injective may be one of the winners. It may actually be one of the winners in June. It's looking quite strong, pumping on its June anchor, unlike most shit. Now, if we lose 30 bucks, the all-time high anchor, and then we come down to the June anchor at 28 bucks, and then we lose 28 bucks, you're looking at another, you're looking at a major correction back down 26%. So it's up to you whether you want to risk that. You got the levels. I gave you the levels you would place a stop loss at. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just take that with a grain of salt, man. Mystige says, did we do King Pepe yet, man? I said that, you know, Pepe is unfortunately in the gulag, bro. We're dumping from the June anchor, similar to Bitcoin. It had some really great volatility recently, like that clean surgical dump down to the May anchor, another dump down to the May anchor, and then a pump back up to the June anchor. So it's been great for trading, great for scalping. Right now, it's experiencing a dump off the June anchor, so it's in a similar position as Bitcoin, having a shitty June. So to flip bullish on Pepe, we would need to come over 13378, that June anchor there, before I go bullish on Pepe again. AZTV says CRV. Let's take a look at CRV. Sorry to make you wait, bro. Ooh, this is looking dumpy, bro. This is looking dumpy. This is looking gnarly, bro. So, okay, so that's a May anchor. Sell and May, walk away, bro. Sell and May, walk away for sure. June anchor, obviously. So, I mean, when it comes to this shit, oof, man. This is, holy fuck. This is... All right. So at a time like this, you know, you got to go back to the beginning, bro. You know, I'll slap a lifetime VWAP on CRV. You can see that every time CRV tries to come back to life on its lifetime VWAP, the market is rejecting it. This is the clear level where it's like, nah, man, you're dead, you know? So this is a critical level to come back. I mean, right now it's at 79 cents ish around, but it could change in the future. So we have to like 3x for CRV to not be dead anymore. That's crazy, man. So it's like, do you want to save CRV when there's no VWAP below you acting as support? And what I mean by that is like pick any low, and it's just simply going to add to the problem that you need to solve with this coin. You know, you pick any of these lows and it's just more resistance overhead. You've got downsloped. This is dreadful, bro. This is I mean, you can see how the price is reacting to these downsloped VWAPs without even having to interact with them. These VWAPs are slamming that price action down. And I wouldn't even short it either, because it's already come down and the waves are already low on the weekly. And so it's like asking you to save it. It's begging for buy the dip tards to come in and like throw their money at this shit so that they can lose it in a month or two while everything else starts pumping. That's what this coin is to me right now. I would not touch this shit with a 10-foot pole. It's in a very clear established downtrend with no strength, and I don't even know anything about the project. I'm just looking at the chart, but I'm sure there's some shit going on. Zach Frey says, could you look at BB bounce bit? I wonder if let's see, bounce bit. Yeah. Yeah, sorry about CRV, bro. But I don't mind doing analysis on like those big ship projects. It's fun to there's VWAPs are insanely good for like sideways ranging consolidation markets. You get these like leapfrog plays from week to week, from month to month. But one thing where VWAPs struggle a little bit is like when a market is dumb pumping, there's no VWAP resistance overhead to like take profit on, right? And then when it's dumb dumping to the downside, if there's ever an asset dumping hella hard, just like a big parabola down, right? Like it's hard to find some support. You know, where are we going to bounce from, right? So that's just a weakness of the VWAPs, but the volatility band feature helps with that. So BB here recently had a large correction. We got a long ways to go before we undo that damage. And it's not like we're finding any lifetime support from a low down here. We're below that. Even its lifetime on the Bybit chart has us kind of down in the doldrums, bro. Zach Frey. Yeah, it's looking a little, from a volume weighted average price standpoint, little bit weak, little bit scary. 8 hour aiming down. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's a wave where you're like, damn, you know, if things can start trending up, could be the anchor wave to an anchor trigger setup or something. Like NickCipher B does give you those leading signals of like, it is cheap, it is undervalued, but that's the first step. You know, you want to see some bounce off some kind of key level, some sort of VWAP support backing you up. Anything, bro. For me, I just would not touch BB until we came over. You know, we would have to pump 20 to 30% for this to even show up on my radar, because it's a little hard for me to enter a trade long on anything where there's no VWAP support. You know, it's just like you're kind of in the underworld right now. This could continue to go down lower, all the way down to these lows. This could just be dumping down super hard. Gazgano says, took a shot on a Monero short. Looks like it needs to chill. Been pamping for a while. Let's take a look at Monero. XMR is the ticker here. People have been talking about a Monero short. I definitely see on the 4 hour a nice div here with the money flow and the blue waves. I love privacy coins in spirit. In my heart, I'm a libertarian, and I love me some privacy coins. I like privacy. I mean, shit, even coming out public was like a big deal for me, man. Like, there was a point where I was like sitting in my car after one of my hikes, and like I was like, man, you almost like want to weep tears of like duty, because it's like, you know, you're about to do something big and you know you are gonna do it, and coming out public like means a lot of things. You gotta like be on Twitter, on Instagram, all this shit, pencil necks climbing in your windows, people coming after your family, all this bullshit that comes with this shit. So man, I'm a big advocate of privacy and like all that shit. Unfortunately, we're just not at a time in history where privacy coins are like really needed, right? But that's, I mean, that's like my stoner pot smoking take on privacy coins. As for the actual price action, let's get some anchors going here. I think there's potentially a massive short play yet to even happen on Monero. I mean, look at that May anchor. Look at this May anchor, bro. So you slap an anchor on May, and you know, we're riding on June. Actually, Monero has been doing quite well in June. I just don't see it holding up and like pumping super hard. Not gonna lie, like I'm a little biased against Monero because it's such an old project. And what I would, so like I wouldn't trade it long, right? What I would do is just kind of keep an eye on Monero, and if these bearish signs continue to play out and we slip below the June anchor at 168 bucks, I think it's a clear shot down to 146 bucks. I think Monero, there's a big short in the works on Monero, and you guys can make a lot of money on Monero if you get that confirmation of the slippage under $168. So even though we are over a June anchor and it's currently bullish right now, it's in a nice bullish stance, having a good month, looking okay, right? Like you might want to FOMO into it. I'm just cautious on this coin. It's not a coin that I usually trade, and so I'm happy to not go froth at the mouth over Monero, an ancient coin, right? I would want to see this kind of come down and like fail in June, basically, and have that big dump down. That would be nice, man. Big McLarge Huge 32. I love the name, bro. Can you look at SNEC? Yes, bro. 1 second here. Okay, we're looking at SNEC. This shit's trading on Mexi and crypto. Okay, let's look at the Mexi chart. Go to the daily. Let's see, go into June 1st. How are we doing in June? Man, I find it very interesting that within the crypto space, there's still coins that have yet to test their May anchor, and they seem to have big short setups. So like, we could be feasting on shorts down to May anchors in this space for like the remainder of the month, bro. That's the vibe I'm getting here. So SNEC, it has been snaking, dude. Look at it snaking in a sideways, undulating kind of pattern here. There's a couple VWAPs I want to place down. One would definitely have to be this high right here. Looks like that is currently giving us some issues. And also this low, and so you can see that it's in a very clear trading range. It's trading from 13157, so it's trading from 13 to 11 basically. That's what it's trading at. It's right in the middle of the range, so it's not really at a good point to enter, not going to lie. For any kind of momentum play to happen on SNEC, what's the volatility like on this shit? That's a lot of volatility for such a tight range here, man. That's a lot of volatility, man. You know, we did get that dump down to the May anchor, and we are under a June anchor, so it's kind of a little guilty until proven innocent, bro. Not gonna lie. Guilty until proven innocent. Middle of the range. Little stinky, bro. Little stinky. If it can come over 13, then all of a sudden it starts having a good June and it looks a little better. But yeah. Digital Asset Degen says, show the men of will what will really is. Hell is coming and I'm bringing heaven with me. Just started with my bitch ups. Light push ups. Man, when you get into doing push ups every day, you feel so like, you feel like you're just going so hard, bro. You know, you want to play like the Call of Duty 2 title screen music and like, you know, it's like, it's real. And you want people to congratulate you. You want, like, I don't know, man. Like, and then the more you do it, you realize, like, dude, 100 isn't shit. There's, like, Bruce Lee was doing, like, 1,200 a day or some shit. Like, there's people doing crazy amounts of push-ups. And the sky is, like, the limit. Like, you can unlock this potential where you can just keep doing push-ups forever. And it's just a mental game. And that's where I'm trying to get at, bro. I'm trying to be, like, the push-up lord. Awareness says, what I miss, FG predict the future again. Dude, man, I can't keep predicting the future perfectly every time, bro. I've been calling these little scout plays, like, the last couple days, like the short on BTC down to the May anchor. And then I was talking to my stream yesterday about us going back up to the June anchor. And then in my VIP, I said this is the point to short, and now we shorted. So now all I'm saying is that June looks shitty. We're under the June anchor, right? But we are over a lot of Bitcoin macro VWAPs. Look at how we're still in this bullish posture here over all these VWAPs. And so my opinion is that it's just sideways. My opinion is I don't want to say up or down at this point because the June anchor is bearing down on us and it could be really shit. It could be a shite month as I was predicting in May. But I can't deny that we're over some very strong VWAPs on Bitcoin. And so that's my stance is it's probably going to range, you know, we're probably now stuck in here like this for the time being. And that's kind of where I'm at with Bitcoin. I wish I could be more exciting, give you guys something more exciting. But you know, we're not getting a clean tap of a VWAP support, so I can't confidently say like now is the time to long or short and it's going a huge move is happening. A lot of things already just happened. So yeah. So for Bitcoin to flip bullish again, I think it needs to come over the June anchor. It needs to come over 69591. And obviously if we lose this web of three major anchors here, the all-time high anchor, the May anchor, and the Q2 anchor, I believe we then flip bearish, and we likely do test the year to date again at some point. Maybe not in a straight line, but I think that if we do fail to hold over this web of three powerful VWAPs here, we do actually test the bottom of that range. But I would like to think that these VWAPs holding us up are stronger than people tend to think right now. A lot of people are really bearish, right? It looks like a very obvious double top on Bitcoin, almost too obvious. I like that, you know, like the bulls got liquidated. The bears get kind of baited in by this move, like a move down that stops out bulls and baits in bears to short to the bottom of the range, right? And so it's like a perfect time to kind of just go sideways and actually, you know, eventually, I don't know, like regain some traction over that June anchor, like maybe by July. Maybe July is a good month. June is like a shit sideways boring sleeper month, you know? And then maybe July, like we can really ride off of these levels. I'm not quite sure, guys. So yeah, Bitcoin's a little sandwiched. That's my take there. Let's look at some Bitcoin news here, some crypto news. The Block is like my favorite website lately, but if you guys have a better news site, let me know. I'm also willing to pay for good, like good news, good data and stuff, but I'm not really sure like what resources are available for that type of stuff. So you could shoot me an email if you have like any special knowledge on that shit. Like my email is nickcipherfg@gmail.com. But I am always looking for ways to make like add more value to these streams because you guys spend a lot of time with me. So I want to make sure you're getting good info. But checking out the news here. Biden accepting crypto donations. Meh. Fed decision. Oh, the Fed decision, I would say, is pretty uneventful, right? A lot of kicking can down the road vibes. Sleeper summer, bro. Number of Ethereum NFT traders plummets. NFTs continuing to... Speaking of NFTs, bro, we got the Jake Paul, Mike Perry fight on July 20. The crypto world hasn't forgotten the Paul brothers and their crypto zoo fiasco. I'm not going to call it a scam because the NFT market itself just dumped. The market just dumped. So I'm not going to call them scammers. But, a lot of people invested in these celebrity NFTs and stuff and got their ass kicked. And there wasn't much recourse. So Mike Perry's coming to kick some spoiled rich kid ass. Apparently the Mike Tyson fight was postponed until November. And so now our boy Mike Perry is coming to fill in the gap. There's going to be a correction. So this is going to be such an awesome fight, dude. Mike Perry is like undefeated in bare knuckle. Who would have known that NickCipher and Mike Perry, the partnership, would have risen to this level where like everyone on earth is going to see the NickCipher logo, dude. This is going to be awesome, bro. I'm like a bouncing floating head right now. Yeah, man. That's so freaking awesome, bro. Can you guys believe that shit? Like, I got to get my shit together, bro. There's like a strong like level of responsibility and destiny on my part and my brother's part to be a good sponsor to Mike as he ascends up in his life on his journey. I want to be a good sponsor for him, man. I want people to see that he inspired me, and I want him to look good, and I want NickCipher to be a good company. So that's a big part of like why I am who I am today, is like Mike Perry's a really inspirational figure, bro. Like he's really come a long way in the last couple years, man. So yeah, I'm really excited, man. So without further ado, that's gonna be it for tonight, guys. I will be back tomorrow, and it's gonna be my last two streams because I am going to Hollywood, Florida on the 15th to sponsor Kai Stewart in a fight. Let me search him. Let me pull him up. You guys can follow him on Instagram. So Kai Stewart, he's not going to be repping NickCipher. He's going to be repping the FloppingGroper YouTube channel. So, it's kind of just a fun thing. He's like, he's to me as Mike Perry is to my brother. He's him and I are friends. We've been communicating for the last couple months, and he's got a really big fight against another undefeated BKFC dude here. So it's going to be cool watching him. And then I'm also checking out an MMA gym, and I'm going to be training potentially this year for combat, bro. I'm going to be getting some combat training. So I've been getting the burpees in. My conditioning is quite elite for someone as fat as me. So like I have the foundation for formal like fight training, you know what I'm saying? And so I just want to be able to answer the call if I have to do some karate combat shit, because my brother's not going to do it, right? It's going to be me on behalf of NickCipher and CryptoFace, right? And I'm down to do that shit. Like, I ain't got nothing to lose, man. I already, came close to death at one point in my life, and so I really got nothing to lose, man. I'm like on my divine path right now. If I die doing what I love, who gives a shit, bro? So, yeah, man. And you guys will all remember the FloppingGroper as the boy who tried, bro. The boy who tried. But yeah, man, you guys have a good night. God bless you, and I will be back tomorrow with an update on Bitcoin for you guys. Hopefully something exciting happens, but I got a feeling like it's either sideways or down. That's my take. So you guys have a good one.